Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lila Bradley's Kitchen. I am in the mood for some chicken noodle soup. So, here I bought two chicken breasts from the meat market and I seasoned them. They were already pre seasoned at the meat market with garlic and some herbs, but I kind of rinsed that off once I got home. And I put my own seasoning on it, and I put some flour on it because I wanted to kind of thicken up in I want the soup to be a little thick. And then I put a little bit of butter on top of that and put it in the oven for long enough for it to get as done as I wanted. Now I'm going to cut this up in pieces, and it's pretty tender right now, so it's not going to take much to cook it. So I will get all of my other stuff ready to go in the pot, and then I'll finish dealing with this, but I'm just cutting it up right now. This is how I'm going to cut it. Then I'll go across and cut it in smaller pieces, but I'm going to lay that aside for now. Place that over there. And I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back, and now I'm going to chop up the vegetables, the peppers and things that I'm going to put in here. Get this organized right where I want it. And I'm going to saute them a little bit in this pot before I put my liquid in. It's been a while since I made chicken noodle soup, so but I like to do my own thing. It's not everybody don't do it like I do it, but I like a lot of peppers, onions, garlic, and all that good stuff. So I just do my own thing. This is a sweet red pepper, one of those really long ones. I bought some, but I accidentally froze these. I don't know how they ended up in the freezer, because I usually cut up my peppers first before I freeze them. But I guess I was busy putting other things in the freezer, so I ended up putting this in the freezer also. And I was looking for them in the refrigerator and couldn't find them, and lo and behold, I went in the freezer and there they were, hard as a rock. So, but they still good. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. And this is some jalapenos that I was making another dish with, and I didn't use them all, so they went in the freezer bag too. I like spicy food, so not too hot, but just enough for a little bit of bite. Now here I have some orange peppers that's already cut. All I have to do is just dump them in here. And I got some yellow peppers already cut. Do the same with them. My mama said get it all out. Well, I gotta get it all out. Anywho, And this is also some celery that I had frozen because I didn't use it all. I cut the ends off and they look a little brown or whatever. I can never hardly use a whole stalk of celery. I don't do that much with celery, but so whatever I have left over, I'll just put it in a bag and freeze it. Been doing that for years, and it works just fine for whatever I'm preparing that I need. And I do make a lot of soup because I'm a soup lover. Now this, I'm not going to saute, so I'm going to put that here. When I put my stock in my pot to boil, this will just go in it. Okay. You can try my cutting board off here. That mess over there. I'll get it later. I'm gonna do my onions now. I love onions, so I use it a lot. Use them a lot too. I keep onions. I like this. This is a sweet Vidalia onion here. I like the sweet ones. They're not really sweet. I don't even know why they call them sweet, but they don't have a really strong onion flavor. And I love to use my purple onions as well. Sticking to the knife. I'm using a 6-quart pot, so that's why I'm using so much. But I just like a lot of flavor. Gotta have some garlic. Yeah, it's wintertime here in Wisconsin. We had a huge snowfall about 3 days ago now. And of course I was out in it. I didn't have to go very far. If I want to go to the store, it's only about 5 minutes away from where I live. So I took a chance and went up there. And did have a little bit of sliding, but I have a four-wheel drive, I should say. All cars have 4 wheels. Hello, Lionel. Anyway, I made it back home safely. Because I've been living in Wisconsin now since 1981, and I'm used to driving in the snow and all that stuff. So now I don't tamper with the ice. When it starts getting icy, I'm done. I'm staying home. All right, I'm gonna move this over some so you can see my pot. Here we go. I'm gonna turn the fire up on that. should have had it getting warm already, but I didn't think about it. So this is grapeseed oil. You know, I like to use olive oil, but it's not supposed to be really heated. So this is supposed to stay in high heat. There's so many questions about oil these days, you really don't know which one to use. So I'll just, the little bit of oil that I do use, I just go ahead and use that grapeseed oil. Okay. So while that's getting ready, I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting up my chicken. So I can get rid of this, take it over to the sink. Get me a smaller knife and just finish cutting this. And it has juice in it too. You can see that. I'm going to dump all that in. However, I do have store-bought chicken broth. No sodium at all. I'm just cutting it up in little cubes. Still a little bit warm. This is quite a bit of chicken. I had bought a little bitty tiny breast first, and then I thought I'd go back. I said, it's not enough. So then I thought I'd go back to the meat market and get a bigger one, which is this one I'm cutting up now. And then I decided that I would go ahead and take the little one out of the freezer and use it as well. And then another mind say, well, that big one is probably enough. But I didn't want to refreeze the little one, and I am planning on dropping meat as much as I can the beginning of the year. We're always lying to ourselves, but I'm going to give it a try this year. And I've got a lot of watermelon that I saved up, the rind and all, seeds and all, that I want to use for making juice. So I'm trying to get healthier. Still pretty good for my age, but I can do better. See, this is the smaller one here. This stuff is still hot. I had vegetable soup last night for my dinner. I'm a soup lover. Soup and vegetables. Only meat I really eat is chicken and fish. But I really want to cut that way back too, if not all the way. But we shall see. I have gone completely off of meat at one point. But then I got back on it again. So now this is going to be like a 2-part video here because I've still got to finish my other stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I am going to go ahead and saute this stuff first. Turn this back around so you can see the pot. It's kind of got stuck up under the stove. There we go. Sorry about that. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Top on that right quick before the smoke alarm gets kicked off, and it is piercing. One time I was making some toast, and I like my toast dark, and I got it too dark, and I had it sitting too close. I had it sitting on this counter over here where I just cut up the veggies, and the smoke alarm is right around the corner from it, and my God, it came on, and I was terrified. I had never heard one that loud in my life. I had them in my home before I moved here, but nothing like that. It was piercing. That's looking good already. You see that? Since I seasoned the chicken so heavily, I'm not going to be putting any seasoning in this until after it's just about ready, and I'll taste it after everything goes through, like the chicken and all that get blended in. This is the stock that I'm going to use, Swanson's unsalted. So I have 3 boxes of this, and each one it has 4 cups. I don't think I'm going to be using all 4, but I'm going to try it without using any water. I'm just going to use the stock. See how that works. Yeah, that has done its thing. It can finish up in the boiling point. Here we go with you. Well, I will definitely be using 2. Turn the fire up a little bit higher. I think 2 is going to be enough. My mama's not alive anymore, but she used to say all the time, waste not, want not. So actually my great aunt raised me from 6 weeks old, and she was such a wonderful woman, and she just taught me how to do everything perfectly. So it's hard to get away from that. Alrighty, now this is where the part 2 is going to come in at, because I am going to shut this one off for now, because it's going to take a while for this to do what it needs to do before I add other things into it. So I want this to cook a little bit to where it's almost ready, and then I'm going to add my noodles and let them cook, because that stuff doesn't take long, and my chicken. So don't you guys forget that there's going to be a part 2 to this. Where's my little pen? Anyway, I'll just have to turn this off with my finger, because, and don't forget, part 2 will be next. Okay? Thank you for watching.